Alright, this morning I got the wheel cylinder replaced. That was leaking pretty bad. Anytime I touched the brakes on this thing, it was just dripping brake fluid out of here. So that is on there now. Just got to finish bleeding it. Let it gravity bleed right now, and then I'll bleed it properly later on. Plenty of material left on our shoes. That's nice. Won't have to worry about the brakes too much for what we're going to use this thing for, but it has some. Brake drum does not look too bad. Got a little bit of residue in there. I don't know if that's the axle seal leaking or what, but for this project, who cares? It's not dripping, so we're not going to worry about that. But anyways, just going to finish cleaning that up and get it back together and bleed it and get this tire back on there and maybe turn this thing around on the trailer today. Maybe take it off the trailer, I don't know. We're kind of having trailer storage issues right now, but we'll figure that out. But anyways, a little more progress made here this morning. Had a few extra electrical parts left over here. Got ambitious this afternoon, ripped out the dash on this thing. So hopefully this thing will start now. Just got it down to the HVAC unit pretty much, the PCM over there in the corner. Clean up a couple more wires that we don't need. Plug the gauge cluster back into there. And the fuse box, headlight switches and stuff like that. But anyways, there we go. Steering column's still in it and hooked up. So hopefully it'll still run. We'll have to fire it up and see what's going on there. Alright everybody, as you're my witnesses now, there's actually in fact new tires on this guy now. Got a set of nice winter tires. Cheapest tires we had at a decent price, so I got a set of 4 new ones on here. The old ones were like brand new tread-wise, but man, they were dry rotted. You can really see the cracks when I dismounted them at work today. But these are handy too, having the stripe on there. I got to verify the wheels are all straight, nothing's bent from the wreck. But that red stripe will be a big help setting the toe on this thing. I looked at the truck there yesterday working on it, and standing overhead looking down, the front end is pushed back on the right hand side, and that's not too any surprise, and the frame's turned in here a little bit, so the tie rod here on this side is pulled back, so that's why the toe is way out. So Ackerman's probably way out on it too, but hopefully that won't affect things too badly. But we'll be able to get the toe straightened up here. This side's got some crazy looking camera going on it, I think, so I don't know. We'll double check that and get them halfway straight up and down. But anyways, did some work on here yesterday. I tore out that other section of the sheet metal up here on the back. Roughed out exactly where the bottom of the floor is going to be, which is pretty much about right where the back of the cab is right now. So I'm going to run some 5-foot sections across. I got my boards over there. I run those across. I got another 4x4 post, which I'm going to frame the back of this off with, and then we'll put plywood up on top of that for the flooring. It'll research down here, pull the 4-wheel drive shifter up, and checked out how the linkages on that. Got a plan for the gear shift. Got a plan pretty much for my brakes and gas pedal now, and steering column. Got a universal joint right here and kind of one up here, so I probably hack and chop that. Probably gonna run the steering linkage right up through here, and then another U-joint or two to get it up, because the steering wheel is going to be about up here. My calculations are correct. The see, the roof of this thing when it's sitting on the ground is going to be about 11 feet, about roughly. So upstairs there, that's the bottom of the window. So this thing's going to be pretty tall. So we might have to do some recalculations. That's if I make the wheelhouse 7 feet tall so you can stand up inside of it with a hat on or whatever. It is Burning Man. You wear goofy stuff up there, so you don't want your hat knocking off your head all the time and you're walking underneath the roof of this thing. So we'll figure that all out later, but it might just be too tall. Might have to shorten this thing down somehow. But anyways, new rubber on there. Directional tires, which is kind of weird. I didn't realize that until I actually got them in my hand. So I got 2 lefts, 2 rights. Make some kind of groovy V pattern out there in the playa dust, but it'll be fun. And I didn't bother balancing them because we're going to be doing like 5-10 miles an hour. So we're good. Anyways, that's what we're up to today.